Also, okay, thank you so much. Kindly enable me to share. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining this section today. It's been an amazing time um, learning and growing in this community. Thanks for those who have been steadfast in their growth and consistent in learning. Today, I just want to share my thoughts. Then we discuss on this question that sometimes bothers my mind, and that's everyone makes money, no matter how small it is. But it's not everyone that eventually creates wealth or creates a large sum of money from that which they make. I'd like you to put your thoughts together while I run through a bit of what I've prepared tonight. What do you think is the cause in which everyone, no matter the amount, everyone earns some kind of money? Everyone earns money, if not on daily basis, or weekly basis, or monthly basis, quarterly basis. Um, there's a cost of living which we all have. So that cost was produced by money. That cost is financed by money. So why are people making money and they're not really generating wealth out of the money they make? So that's the thought I would like to put before you while I run through my little preparation here tonight. Okay, kindly allow me to share, please, to share my slides. Today we are looking at this um, topic, wealth building through financial stewardship and investing. And the two keywords there I like to look at today is financial stewardship and investing. Financial stewardship and investing. And understanding financial stewardship will help us to be able to put our resources together as they come in and be able to invest some part of it. Now, what is basically financial stewardship? This has to do with managing money responsibly and intentionally. That is, before money can grow, we must be able to manage it properly. Managing money responsibly and intentionally. Managing money responsibly and intentionally. Financial stewardship, that is, the resources that comes into your hands on daily, weekly, monthly basis, quarterly, biannually, annually, how you're able to manage it responsibly and intentionally has to do with what? Financial stewardship. Money that is not managed cannot be money that cannot be managed cannot be properly put to use for it to grow. I'd like to share with us the four principles of financial stewardship. And one that we've been hammering upon over time is that we must know where our money goes. You must know where your money goes. You must know where your money goes. If you don't know, if you don't have that habit, that attitude to be able to recount where your money goes, then you will not be able to make much with it. Now, many people know how much they earn on monthly basis. When you ask them, well, my salary is 500,000, my salary is 100,000, 150,000, but they cannot truly account how much that money was spent, how that money was spent. And that's what boils down to our tracking of our income and expenses. And that's what even brought about budgeting. In our last session, we discussed about budgeting. We discussed about budgeting extensively. So we must know where your money goes. Know where your money goes. That's one of the first principles of financial stewardship. Know where your money goes. Know how much comes into your hand. Know what you earn. So know where your money goes. If you don't know where your money goes, then it will be very, very difficult for you to be able to track it. Okay, so what do we do in essence? Know where your money goes. Understanding financial stewardship. I hope my slide is visible right now. So Know where your money goes. Every naira should have an assignment. Every money that comes to your hand, every dollar, every naira should have an assignment. If they don't have an assignment, then they will give the owner an assignment. So now, what is number 2 principle today? Spend less than you earn. This one cannot be overemphasized. Spend less than you earn. If you are spending above what you earn, then such person is living in debt. Spend less than you earn, no matter your income level. If expenses are higher than income, financial growth become impossible. We must learn to avoid avoid lifestyle inflation. Now, for those who are just joining us, please put these thoughts together as I run through this caption and we conclude. I want us to rub mind together. Why are people making money, but they are not growing wealth? They are not growing the money. Everybody makes money, no matter how little it is. Why is it that people are making money and they are not growing with it? That's what I want us to conclude this session with tonight. And while I go through this, so number 3 today, we said number 1, know where your money goes. Don't only know how much you earn, know how much you spend. Then spend less than you earn. Spend less than you earn. We're talking about understanding financial stewardship and the 4 principles of financial stewardship. Spend less than you earn. Number 3, save consistently. Saving is not what remains after spending. Savings should come first before spending. That's why we thought budgeting, that before money comes into your hand, you should have a budget for that money. That's why it's not in the new month, you should design the budget of how the month runs. It's before the month end, you design your budget. And as money comes, it's already allocated on a budget. So as it comes, it's allocated. It goes to where it has been planned for. Money not planned is money going to be wasted without you knowing. So save consistently. You save before. That's why the budgeting template that I explained the last time, savings comes before expense column. Your earnings, savings and investment, then expense. So which means when you earn, you save and invest, then you spend. So start small, but the rule of the game is to stay consistently. Start small, save consistently. So avoid unnecessary debt. That's number 4. 4 principles of financial stewardship. Avoid unnecessary debt. Though not all debts are bad, but avoiding borrowing to finance a lifestyle, your lifestyle inflation that you cannot afford. What is the essence of living a life or living a kind of lifestyle that you cannot afford? You know that this lifestyle, this behavior, you're eating out is much. Instead of you organizing yourself at home, you are eating out much. There are so many lifestyles that you are engaging in. You are buying to where you have not reached your level per time. Lifestyle inflation. And some people are even going further in borrowing or in buying clothes on credit, buying things on credit that you cannot finance. You know that is not your level yet. So avoid unnecessary debt. Borrowing should create value, not temporary pleasure. You shouldn't borrow to to bring about pleasure. Yes. Okay. So you shouldn't borrow to feed pleasure. Okay, yes, the slides are not moving. It's not a full-fledged slides for all the contents are not here. So I prepared them on my notes. So let's just run through it. I can share that later. Okay, so we must learn to avoid unnecessary debt. If we don't avoid all of these, we will find ourselves not being able to be called financial stewards. Know where your money goes. Spend less than you earn. Save consistently. And how will you save consistently? If you budget well, you should have something to save. And that particular thing that you will save is what you can invest later. So everyone earns money, but not everyone intentionally creates wealth. Because earning money is different from creating wealth. These are two, or building wealth. These are two separate things. You earn everybody earns something. whether you are working for somebody or you are going on errand for somebody or whatever it is that you do, money comes into your hand. It may not be daily, may not be weekly, maybe monthly, but everyone earns money. So why are people not being able to create wealth with that money? One of the reasons that I've highlighted here on my note is what they focus on earning, not growing money. People focus on earning alone. That is income. When income comes, income is spent with little thought for savings or investing. People don't even think about what am I going to prepare for tomorrow? How am I going to live tomorrow? So they focus on earning alone without growing money. Secondly, they lack financial knowledge. That's why we keep teaching. That's why we keep, putting out content there that because the more we learn, the more we earn, the more we grow, the more our understanding. Many people were taught how to work for money, but not how to make money work for them. And that's the reason why we're here. As we learn precept upon precept, a little here today, a little here tomorrow, our knowledge keep advancing. And wealth is not a day's job. Wealth is built over time. But over that time, wealth building has to do with consistent learning, consistent financial knowledge. Because the more you learn about wealth, the more you learn about money, how to make, how to manage, how to multiply money, the more you advance in knowledge, the more you find out what money stays with you. And money is a good tool if you know how to use it. Lifestyle inflation, that's one of the reasons people does not create wealth. They live above their means. They live to please people. They live above their budget per time, not even having budget. They don't even have financial goals. Their financial goal is absent. They don't have what they're looking up to. That by the end of this month, by the end of 6 months, by the end of this half of the year, this June, how much will I have in my savings in the next 6 months before the year runs out? What is my financial goal for the year? And without a clear destination, money will be spent without purpose. They have poor money management habits. They don't have the habit of, of savings, of investing. So there is no way in which this kind of people can be able to build wealth. Poor financial management. There is no way in which people like this can build. So poor money management habits, impulse buying. These are the kind of people that you see buys anything. Anything their eyes catches, they buy. They spend money anyhow. The money, some people are making money monthly and they're spending it per second. Some people make money and that money does not last 48 hours in their hands. Meanwhile, they have used 30 days to make the money, but the money does not last up to 2 days in their hands. So it means that what? Some things are wrong. Some things are wrong. So some people does not even care to make more money because they are afraid of investing. Some people say if you save, the money will be useless in the bank. But save first, because that's one of the criteria for wealth building. I talked about it at the last session that if you don't have a bank account, you can open a bank account. And if you have a bank account, you should use it to save. Save it. When the money is substantial to the amount that you want to invest, then transfer it to the investment vehicle that you're looking onto. And people cannot create wealth because dependence of single source of income. Those of us who are salary earners, you must ensure that as you earn the money, save the money and use it to create another means of earning money. Without other forms and sources of money making, then there is no way you can create wealth out of one source of income. So most people work hard for money, but wealthy people make their money work hard for them. That is the reason why we're talking about savings. You save, you invest, your money work hard for you while you are sleeping, because you have put it on different kind of investment vehicles and it keeps generating money for you. It keeps generating returns for you. I think that was from the month of March, we started receiving dividends from different stocks in the community that I belong to. We started receiving dividends, rains of dividends. Some people will pick that dividend and eat it once and for all. But wise people that have wealthy mindset will reinvest it. We buy more stocks. We do more work with it. and the money keep working. Money is a good servant, but a very terrible master. So no matter what it is, no matter the level you are, there's something that can be saved that will create a future for you when you are consistent about it. So that's why we're here. So let's look at investing briefly as I proceed on my thought sharing today. Let's look at investing now. What do we understand by investing? We've been hearing about the word investing and how it's powerful. Now, investing simply means putting money into assets or opportunities that can increase in value or generate returns over time. Putting money, the money you have saved, sending it into an opportunity or an asset that will be able to create value, additional value on your money, or that can be able to increase in value over time and gives you return. Most especially when it's what? When the return is above inflation. I agree with you that some people are afraid of keeping money in the bank because of it will reduce in value. We don't ask you to keep money in the bank consistently, I mean, forever. But save money in the bank so that you can accumulate the money and transfer it for an investment or an asset so that the money can increase and beat inflation. So the increase on that money is what is going to make you rich over time by way of compound interest. So investing is putting money into assets or opportunities that can increase in value and generate returns over time. And there are so many benefits of investing. Savings, for instance, preserves your money. You put it together, 5,000 every month, or some money, just put it every day. You have savings every day. Like part of the thing that I do, I have one of these fintech bank open every day. I create a savings, what do you call it, safe box, and it deducts 500 naira from my account every day. At the end of the month, I have 15,000. That 15,000 is sent into my stock account. I use it to buy shares. Ordinarily, if I want to pull out the 15,000, I may not be able to pull it at once. But over 30 days, 500 naira saved 30 days, that's 15,000. It gives you an opportunity to buy stocks worth of 15,000 at the end of the month. That's practically what savings does. So you save in your account with a goal that by this period, the most money will have been accumulated to this amount, then I can transfer it into an investment. And that's what savings preserves your money. Investing grows your money because money left idle loses value over time because of prices, because of inflation, because of the purchasing power that it reduces as a result of keeping your money in the bank. But what are the benefits of investing? Investing builds wealth. There is no great man today. Some people say, well, I cannot leave employment and I don't have a flair for business. But you must have flair for investment because you cannot grow money without investment. You may not be a business person, so to say, or selling one thing or the other. But if you are an employee, you must be an investor. There is nobody who has gathered wealth in life who has not been an investor. Everybody must be an investor. Everybody may not be a business person selling products, selling one thing or the other, but everybody must be an investor. Without investment, you cannot generate wealth. So investment creates additional income. I just talked about dividends that were paid even up till May. Dividends were raining from March, April, May from different institutions. People made millions, and Nigeria stock market is doing a lot more today. So investment beats inflation. Some people are crying, I don't want to save in the bank because the money will be reduced to nothing. The money will be reduced to whatever. But by the time investment beats inflation, because the return on investment is above the inflation that the country is experiencing. Investing provide future financial security. I just told you of what of stocks of saving 500 naira every day, amounting to 15,000 naira in 30 days. and such money is used to invest in something. You may think it's small, but by the time you invest 15,000 naira every month into an investment over a year, and you begin to see what comes out for you, you understand. I have a table as I conclude where I paraded some figures for us to see. So saving and investing provide future financial security. And we have diverse kind of investment options. Many mutual funds are there, treasury bills, stocks, real estate, business ventures, personal skill development. We have that. And so let me also use this opportunity to, we're going to be having a stock investment class, though not on this platform. And I want to collaborate with my mentor that spoke with us that time, the Finance Nation, and we're going to go through that. We're going to make that announcement later on. That's going to be next month, July, and give you the details so that you know the Nigerian stock market, what it entails currently, and how we can take advantage of them. I hope I'm still audible. So let's proceed further to wealth building habits. What are the successful wealth builders that wealth building habit that we have to imbibe? Wealth building habits. What are the successful wealth building habits that we have to imbibe? And that is the reason why we are having this session today. Number one is what? Number one habit is what? Continuous learning. Continuous learning. Continuous learning. You cannot grow. The level of your growth is the level of your knowledge. If you do not learn continuously, there is no way that you can grow. Financial knowledge increases financial capacity. If you know better about finances, you'll be able to handle finances well. The reason why some people don't have money is because they don't have financial knowledge to maintain that which they have. I was once there before. Now what? Money comes in there and there, some windfalls from, but you don't know how to manage them because you don't have the financial know-how, the knowledge on how to manage the money. You have not been taught that it's not everything that comes to your hand that you should eat. In fact, one of my mentors taught us that money is tripartite. That is, money has money has a past, money has a present, and money has a future. The past of money is your obligations that you have to pay for. The present of money is the cost of living. You need money to feed. You need money to transport to work and return. You need money to do some things in the instant. And you need money for the future. So you cannot consume the money in today. If not, your future is in trouble. Your past is also in trouble. So when you earn money, that is what to settle in the past. There is what to settle in the present. And there is what to sow into the future. So that is why habit number one is continuous learning. You cannot stop learning. I take advantage of any form of learning platforms, seminars, whatever it is, studying, any form at all. Take advantage of it so that I can continue to increase my knowledge capacity, because the more I know, the better I become. Number two habit, delayed gratification. Wealth building habit, delayed gratification. Choose future rewards over immediate pleasure. There's nobody that has been able to gather wealth, to build wealth, who does not delay gratification. What does it mean to delay gratification? Instead of enjoying some things today, pick what you need, leave the rest to multiply into the future. Some people say 3 square meal. I don't know when 3 has become, where square has become 3. The square I know has 4 sides, but 3 square meal is not a must for you to eat 4 times in a day. There are some things that you just cut because you can save that money to invest tomorrow. Delay gratification. Consistency. Habit number 3, consistency. Small financial actions repeated over time produce significant results. Imagine, for instance, the example I gave, let me still buttress on that. 500 naira multiplied by 30 days saved. You have 15,000. By the time you have this 15,000 multiplied by what? 12 months. That's 180,000. This 180,000, you will not be able to gather it once. But because you have been able to save 500 naira every day, every 30 days, you have 15,000. That 15,000 for 12 months, that's already 180,000. Many people today doesn't have 150,000, does not have 100,000 as savings or in any form of investment. But what? By the time you imbibe this habit of consistency, imagine 500 naira on daily basis. Just imagine that, what it return to. This 180,000, if invested in a 10% or 15% or 20% investment, leave it for some time and it keep compounding, and you don't stop savings. You continue on daily basis, or on weekly basis, or on monthly basis. Within over the next 3, 4, 5 years, you will not even be able to imagine the level where you are being. So consistency, small financial action repeated over time produces what significant result. And number 4 habit I want to end on today, multiple sources of income. Do not depend on only one source of income. Look for sustainable way. Look for ethical ways. Look for ways to increase your money. Sell somebody's product. Do something else that is, render service to people. Help people to do something that they cannot do. You have the time. Use the time to do something extra, to earn more. Don't depend on only one source of income. If you are relying only on one source of income, you cannot create wealth. So what are we to do? Increase your level of income. Increase your sources of income. Multiply it. If you say, for instance, this a particular amount, you can have a target in the next 6 months. This is what I want to save. And after these savings, I should be able to invest it into this particular venture. Now, I want to show us the table that I have prorated, a 10-year and 20-year investment projection. I'd like you um, to look at it. Yes, look at this formula I put together. And whatever you are earning, you manage it. As you manage it, management has to do with what? Knowing what is food, knowing what is seed, knowing what should go to your past obligation, what you're already owing, knowing what you should use to buy things that you need for now, or the money to continue going to work, transportation and feeding, then knowing what you have to save. It is this part that you save that you can invest. And until you invest, money cannot grow. So money must not sit on savings. Money must go from saving to investment, and investment will now bring about growth of this money. Okay, now let's look at this table. Now, the table below summarizes, assumes monthly contributions made consistently at the end of each month. Returns are compounded monthly. This is where the magic is. Annual returns of 10%, 15%, 20% are maintained throughout the investment period. Figures are estimated for education purpose. Now, look at this table that I just pulled up right now. Please confirm that you can see this slide of confirm that you can see this. Look at this table, for instance. Monthly investment. Look at the magic of investing. Monthly investment, 5,000 naira on monthly basis. In a year, it will give you 600,000. But can you see 10%? 10% return. See what it gives you. This is 10-year investment project. Just 5,000 naira. That's, you can even dash somebody. You may not know that you are dashing somebody. In 10 years, you have over 1 million at 10% return annually. Now, in 15 years, you have 1.3 million. In under 15% return, under 20% return, you have 1.9 million. This is 5,000. Now look at 10,000, 10%, 2 million. Remember, it's 10,000. Look at all through at different rates. Look at 20,000, for instance. 20,000 for 10 years. Look at the magic of, now look at what you contributed. In 10 years, 20,000 is 2.4 million. But at 10%, that money almost doubles. At 15%, you're already on 5.5 million. At 20%, you're already on 7.5 million. This is just 10 years projection. These savings will not affect anything about you. It's just deliberate consistency on your part to ensure that you are planning for the future, saving this money and pushing it in an investment. And at these different returns, see what is possible. If I ask you now, you have dashed people money more than this over the couple of 5 years, over the couple of few years ago, you have dashed more than this out, but see what it can produce for you. So that's why stewardship, financial stewardship is very key in order to, keep the future. You don't know how the future looks like. The future is cheap if it's budgeted, if it's prepared for now. The future is cheap if it's prepared for now. Now, let's look at a 20-year investment projection. Look at still the same 5,000. Still the same 5,000 monthly investment. The total that you have put together in 20 years is 1.2 million. If I had to save it in the bank alone. But when you put it in an investment in 20 years, look at 5,000. You don't know this money. You just put an automatic debit on your account every month. This should go off to a particular investment. And at the end of it all, you have, see, 10 years return. I mean, 10% return, see 15% return, see 20% return. Now look at the magic of 20,000 for the next 20 years. In a year, you have only contributed 4.8 million. But look at what it turns to after 20 years. I mean, after 20 years at the rate of 20% return, 62 million. And some people are dashing this conveniently every month. Conveniently, they are dashing it out much more than this. But look at what compound interest can do for you if properly invested. So there are different vehicles, and we may not be able to go there. We'll bring an expert later on that will explain this to us in details, the different vehicles and how we can take advantage of them. And by next month, we're having a stock investment. It's not going to be free because it's not going to be on this platform. I'm only going to be partnering with the Finance Nation to bring this up, and we'll share the announcement later on. So look at the magic of what your money can do for you over time. So I left you to this. I left you with this message today to think over it. Is it not time you start building wealth for the future? Is it not time you start making plans for the future that you want to? The future is cheap if you purchase it early, if you purchase it now. Wealth is not built overnight. Wealth is built over time. So, and as I conclude today, you do not build wealth by what you earn alone. You build wealth by what you manage, what you multiply, and what you maintain consistently. Now, I like to chip this in that what financial success is not determined by luck. It's not even by background. Let me take you back to that. Financial success is not by luck. It's not determined by background. It is not even determined by income level alone. It's determined by the quality of our financial decisions over time. And this is a point for us to decide. Wealth building begins with stewardship. I've explained that. Stewardship leads to savings, and savings create opportunities for investing, while investing creates long-term wealth. Investing creates long-term wealth. I was listening to one of the annual general meeting of I think that should be Zenith Bank or Stanbic IBTC Bank, and somebody went away with 1 billion naira as dividend. And from the testimony of the person, that person has been investing consistently for the past 20 years in that bank. So the person can conveniently live on the dividend every year. They can create additional wealth. And when you have so much money, you have so much opportunities of what you can use the money to do. It's because of lack of money in your hands that you don't have many opportunities. Once you have money, opportunities abound everywhere that you can invest the money into. So I'd like to charge you today and leave you with this thought. What are you going to do differently from this meeting today? How are you going to manage your resources? How are you going to earn? What are the What are the things that you're going to put your mind into to create wealth for you so that you can invest? So let's go to our question right now. And these are my thoughts today. And I'd like us to brood on the question I earlier stated. Why is it that people are making money and they are not creating wealth? Why is it that people are making money and they are not creating wealth? So I'd like to uh, throw the line open right now. I'd like us to contribute, put in your ideas there, and let's learn from ourselves. Thanks a lot. Please, Mr. Kunle, please, you can go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for the very insightful presentation. For me, I think one of the reasons why we make money and don't create wealth is the standard of living. We know we need to save, we need to buy shares, we need to do mutual fund, but and you also have what we call emergency funds. So it's not as if you are not planning, but some expenses just come up and that will not allow one to save. So, well, I think to answer this question, I think I would just say we are not earning enough. Not that we're not earning, but we're not earning enough because, yes, you say 500,000. Nigeria today, cost of living can be as high as you're on 500,000, but your cost of living expenses could be that exactly 500,000 or even slightly more than that. And you just must. For example, service charge, you stay in an estate, you don't even care, they just say, okay, 100,000 per month. So I think for me, that is, we know we hear all these things, but I think one of the major reasons is we're not earning enough. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, who else? Who else? I like all of us to have, to put some things. Okay, please, Godwin Daniel, please go ahead. Unmute your mic and speak.
Okay, sir. Thank you for this class. And I also believe that why people are not making money and not creating wealth is also lack of not just financial knowledge, but deep financial knowledge. Because as I saw this 20 investment project, because most times when we go in investment apps, we just see them telling us about they're going to give us 10% return, 15% return. And to me, honestly speaking, I just look like 10% is small. Or I maybe calculate it in a short term. But because of now, I've seen a new light now, seen that, okay, we can actually sit down to calculate how much it will be in a longer period. They'll start to see the results, and it's wow. So I just believe that many people have a shallow, financial knowledge, or maybe they don't sit down to calculate actually what this 10% return means. So that's why they are demotivated on building wealth because they are looking at it now or how the money will multiply quickly. And that's not how wealth is because I now understand that it's built over time. So thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your insightful contribution. Thank you so much. Yes, who else want to add to it? Share your thoughts. Who else want to add? Why are people making money and they are not building wealth? Why are people making money and they are not building wealth? Yes, who want to go? Okay. Let me add my thoughts to what Mr. Kunle and Dan had said. First, not earning enough. Yeah, we our world of today, except you create that avenue over time for you to earn from multiple sources. There are only few people that are even earning enough. Money can never be enough for anybody. That's why you see the billionaires are still gunning for money, are still looking for ways to earn more money. Look at our contemporary world. Look at Nigeria. Dangote is made now. Is venturing into what do you call it now? Into oil. Meanwhile, he has many products. He started out with cement, only one. That at that time, that cement can be likened to one source of income. But it doesn't stop there. It begins to diversify into sugar, spaghetti, rice, and all manner. And now he's talking about oil. There was even a time he wanted to buy Arsenal. Arsenal Football Club. So the reality of the matter these days is that the money is not enough because inflation is growing high. The standard of living is very high. But in spite of that, we cannot shy away that there's a future that we need to protect. I usually advise myself that whatever I know I cannot afford, there is somewhere in which my money can afford that particular thing. First is you have to do with scale of preference. It has to do with what do you call it now? What are your priorities? What are the things you need? If we learn to separate what we need from what we want, then we will have some money left over. There's no amount of money that you can earn that can sufficiently be enough to do all that you want to do. But you just have to have a way of cutting down on some things so that you can save the future. Just like I said, money is tripartite. You have obligations you have to make, you have to meet that is already in the past. You have a cost of living to maintain, and you have a future to prepare for. So if I am to live in a place, I will consider which location will bet security-wise, everything is okay, may not be very high brow. What can my money afford? Even putting children to school, where can I get a good and affordable education for the children that is within my budget? Where can I go? Even to where you buy things, foodstuff from. Which market can you go that can give you an affordable, good stuff, but affordable as well? So we need to put so many things in place because when you know where you are, it can be able to structure yourself in helping yourself out to have to save. So if saving is a must for you, you will just have to find a way out to put something. And one of the ways that has helped me over time, I have automations on my account, just like I said. This night now, around 8 p.m., 500 naira has been deducted from my account into another place that I don't have access to until at the end of the month. That's why I'm able to save 15,000 naira every month. That's just on That's just by the side. And the same principles is applied into other aspects. And the second one that Mr. Dan talked about is deep financial knowledge. When you talk about wealth, wealth is built over time. It's not 1 year, it's not 2 years, it's not 3 years. Many of the billionaires and the richest people in the world we are looking at. Look at Warren Buffett. His wealth became substantial when he was over 50 years old. Over 50 years. That means he has been building a wealth very early, but he came to a limelight after investing for that long. Before he became one of the richest men in the world, he was already clocking almost 60. But these days, even wealth to make wealth is more. I was following on Elon Musk today. I was following on Global News. I saw Elon Musk as the first man to climb to $1 trillion worth. Elon Musk is worth $1 trillion. Why? Consistency. And I think it's within 30 to 40 years of age. So this is what I'm saying. Wealth is in process. It's consistency. Look at what I have shown. Look at what is still there now. Wealth, 20,000 naira at the rate of 20% for 20 years will give you 62 million. But how will you have been able to gather 62 million all at once? It's not possible. 5,000 naira. Who will tell you that 5,000 naira when it's left with compounding interest, 10%, 15%, 20%, you earn these various of incomes. So we just have to find a way to put our resources together and remove savings as money comes. Some people believe, whatever is your belief, as your money comes, as you are giving God 10%, some people that believes in tithing, as you give God 10%, also remove 10% to start with and put it somewhere where you don't have access to. You can only spend after savings. If you imbibe that discipline, as we have taught today, I strongly believe that it may not be easy from the beginning, but over time, you begin to find it easy. If you do it for 1 month, if you do it for 1 week, it will be better. If you do it for 1 month, you'll be motivated to continue the next month. If you do this habit consistently for 6 months, then nothing can stop you again from doing it. So I don't want it to be too long. I think we can end here. In case anybody still have any thought to share with us, what do you think that is the reason why people are not saving, people are not creating wealth from the money they are earning? And any other contribution that you may have, can you please share with us before we end today? We have the next 5 minutes to round up. Please share with us whatever is your thought concerning what we have discussed today. Is anybody speaking with us? Speaking to us now? Share with us. Okay, so I leave you with a thought today to go ahead and begin to imagine what you can do today. Begin to, after this class, sit down, begin to ask yourself, what habit am I picking up? Can I save 500 naira every day? Can I save 1,000 naira every day? Can I automate a savings? Can I go to my bank and say, well, anytime as money is entering this account at the end of the month, let this also amount be automatically deducted and transferred to this place. That is how I used to do to safeguard my my savings plan. You may not meet up with the exact amount you are looking for, but you will definitely not end up empty. You will still be able to gather something. So pick up some habits today, and no matter what it is, some portion have to be saved. And it is saved, then when you have some savings, then we can take the conversation further in seeking what kind of possible investment for a good return that you can put that into. And you can always reach us on our platform anytime to ask for advice and take advantage of the programs, the stock investment that is coming up by next month. We'll share the details on the platform, and we'll know what it will cost us to be part of that program. Thank you very much for joining tonight. And if there is no more suggestion, question, then we would like to ask for the recording to be stopped at this moment. But if you have anything, please kindly unmute and speak. Please, can we end the recording? End the recording now. If you have anything, please unmute and speak before we round up. Do you have any question? Any contribution? Any question?
Okay, sir. So yeah, it's actually just like thank you for the class also. Like I just saw, like motivated to move forward now, especially in the area of that investing. Thank you, sir.
Yes, welcome. Thank you so much all for joining. I do hope that the next time we're going to have another session, we're going to be having another session in the next 2 Saturdays, as we said. Second Saturday and the last Saturday of the month, we'll be having our live sessions. So before our last sessions, we would like to hear testimonies of what you have done for the next 2 weeks, what you are going to do, the habit of savings. It doesn't really matter.